Let's go to that breaking news I mentioned at the top of the show, just in Victoria, and it relates to a spectacular defeat on the floor of the Victorian Parliament for the Premier Daniel Andrews. A motion introduced by the former Andrews Government Minister Adem Somyurek to refer Victoria's red shirts scandal to the state's corruption watchdog has passed the upper house. The motion was carried 19 to 17 votes. This means that Labor's misuse of almost $400,000 of taxpayer funds during the 2014 Victorian state election is headed for IBAC. In a move no one saw coming, the deciding vote was cast by a virtually unknown Labor backbencher. Victorian Treasurer and Victorian Liberal MP, Shadow Treasurer and Victorian Liberal MP David Davis was in the chamber as it all transpired. He joins me live now. Well, David, momentous scenes in Victorian Parliament. Explain to my viewers the significance of what's happened.
This is a very important vote. It's a vote for democracy, a vote for transparency. The vote was very tight, 19-17, and you are correct, a Labor MP crossed the floor to support Mr Somyurek and most of the crossbench. 3 conspicuous crossbenchers voted with Labor, the Green, Fiona Patton from the Reason Party and the Animal Justice Party, Andy Medic, voted with Labor. The motion sought to refer via the Ombudsman. It's a slightly technical and complex mechanism, but the essence of it is to reopen the Red Shirts investigation, which was, unceremoniously closed by the government's decision to block investigation, and also to open a number of other investigations into Labor Party corruption. We've been hearing at IBAC things involving Mr Somyurek and others in the Labor Party, but on this occasion he has had the courage of his convictions. He said, I've done the wrong thing, I deserve to be further investigated, but so does the rest of the Labor Party. This can't be a one-sided affair. And, the other point I'd make is really what's required here. The community is over all of this corruption. They just want all this cleaned up. But the community, of course, wants government focused on fixing the pandemic issues, getting kids back to school, getting businesses moving again, all of those things. So Labor Party is very distracted, parts of it fighting itself. They're not focused on what's important for people. So we supported the motion because it's right that these corruption matters be investigated and that the Ombudsman have the opportunity to reopen these matters. And if necessary, there's a mechanism for her under a section of her Act to refer this to IBAC, and we've certainly made it clear that we think she should do so.
It's interesting to point out that this wasn't a stunt, in the sense it wasn't a parliamentarian moving a motion to deflect an issue away from him or his party. This was Adem Somyurek moving a motion that's going to tip a bucket on him, that's going to tip him, if all of these ducks line up, back into IBAC on a related matter of this red shirt rorts. How likely do you think it is, now that this motion has passed the Parliament, that we'll see this referral to IBAC?
Well, the Ombudsman is an independent officer, and IBAC is obviously independent as well. There is a mechanism under the Ombudsman's Act where the Parliament can actually ask the Ombudsman to undertake an investigation, and that's what's happened. So it's a broad list of matters that have been sent to the Ombudsman. Please look at these matters. Please reopen these matters, and where you think appropriate, refer further matters under Operation Watts, a joint investigation between the Ombudsman and the IBAC. Refer those matters to the IBAC so they can be opened in full. The Premier and lower house MPs would not answer questions about the red shirt rorts. They blocked questions. They would not answer questions to the police. They wouldn't answer questions to the Ombudsman. So this puts the pressure straight back on the Premier and ministers to say, you can't take public money. You can't take public money and then when you're caught, just say, we'll pay it back. It's like, as I said in the chamber, it's like catching a bank robber on the way out and he says, I'll give you the money back, let me go.
Well, I will come back to this issue tomorrow night. I appreciate you crossing live to us tonight. Thank you for your time.